For your starter, I'd like you to look at the design page on the screen, and I'd like you to discuss what makes it a good design page. Now, I know you can't read all of it, but instinctively, what do you think makes this a good design page? You can discuss it with the people around you, and I'd love you to write down your ideas onto your whiteboards, just a little bullet point list. What makes this a good design page? So hopefully you have discussed this with the people around you, and then you've done a nice collaboration with the group. These are some of the points that I think make this a good design page. So I think this is a good design page because the designs have been coloured or they've been rendered. You can see what colour they actually want the final product to be. Also gives you an idea of the materials because as you can see here, they've painted these bits, coloured in these bits in a kind of brown colour. To me, that suggests it's going to be some kind of timber. And then these bits, they have coloured in green. That suggests to me that it's going to be some kind of polymer. I also think it's going to be some kind of polymer because of what it is. And what it is a slide. And I know I said to you that you can't read all of these little notes, but they do talk about the material that they want to use. So they said acrylic there. They talk about decking here, so that's timber. And they've also stated slide. They've dropped in these key terms to help explain what this actually is, what this product actually is. And that comes on to my second bullet point. That is also why I think this is a good design page, because lots of notes have been added to explain what it is and what it does. It's also a good design page. Again, I've already touched up on this, but because it actually states the material that they want to use. So acrylic they've mentioned, pine they mentioned somewhere. And also the sketches have been drawn really, really well. And there's several different views. So we've got a front view, which is over here. We've got the side view over here. We've got the back view over here. And right in the middle, we have our wonderful isometric view. So you can see them all together to actually see what this product is, which is a slide with some stairs at the back. So actually you can climb up, get onto the decking, and then whoop, 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 slide all the way down. So that is why I think this is a good design page. Hopefully you thought the same. So design ideas, this is actually what we're going to focus on for this lesson. Now you may have already started this before, you may have started your design ideas in a previous lesson, but that's absolutely fine. So don't panic and don't start thinking, oh, we've done this. This is a great opportunity to add to what you've already done if you've already started it, and that could be adding a new design, adding colour, communication, etc. But this is what we're going to go over in the remainder of the video. Okay, so I've got a really quick question that I'd love for you to answer with the people next to you on your table. Do you have to be good at drawing in order to be a good designer? So on the screen in front of you, there are some lovely examples of some design work. These are obviously, A-level design work, and also what I've found from industry. So no one here at KA's, but do you have to be good at drawing in order to be a good designer? Discuss with people on your table. You'll have roughly 5 minutes if you need it. So the answer is, of course, no. You don't have to be amazing at drawing or sketching in order to be a good designer. Yes, of course, it is helpful. It is nice and helpful if you can sketch well, because then that'll better explain what you're doing or what you want to make. But it doesn't need to be a work of art. It doesn't need to be beautiful, especially at this stage in your design career. And I know you're probably sat there going, well, I'm not a designer, so why do I care? You are a designer actually, because you're currently designing a product and you're going to make that product. So you are now a designer, whether you want to be or not. Here's another very quick question. If someone could raise their hand to give a suggestion, I'd really appreciate it. This is a sketch from Mr. Frank Gehry, one of my favourite people in the universe. Can anybody tell me, what do you think this is a sketch of? Congratulations to anybody who actually got this right. So Mr. Frank Gehry is an architect.
He's a very famous architect, and he's famous for his really unique and innovative creations. But he's also known for his sketches. So this is an example of what his sketches actually looks like. He will literally just take a pen to paper and scribble what he wants his masterpiece to look like. And now you look at the scribble and you can't really tell what it actually is, but below is the actual piece of work or the building that it became. And you can see some similarity, but that was how he would always start his process. He would literally just put pen to paper, scribble down what he wanted or what he thought his vision was, and then once he got that scribble, he would then go on and prototype. He would make some mock-ups and models using a variety of materials to better represent what he was thinking. So, task 1. I would like you to find your design page in your booklet. So this is a pre-printed page in your booklet. So it's just a blank page, but it should have the title Design Ideas and then brackets LP Creativity. Now you're going to have at least 10 minutes to draw or sketch 4 different design ideas in pencil, please, on this page. Now the design ideas, these should focus entirely on the clock faces. If you want to include the arms or the base, you're most welcome to, but the thing I really want you to focus on here are the clock faces.
Number 2, you need to label the key features. Now I know this is quite broad, but when I say key features, I mean, what material do you think you're going to use? I know, you probably don't know, and that's absolutely fine, but you might have some DT knowledge in there, and you might be able to identify a couple materials you could use. Not what you're going to, what you could use. And also in your booklets, you've got that fantastic little, I don't know, it's an organizer and it's full of knowledge. What's that thing called? Yeah, that's it, knowledge organizer. You've got one of those. They're in your booklet. It'll be right at the front of your booklet where your project begins. Have a look in there because it might tell you some materials that you will be using. So maybe you could start dropping some of those key features in. You can also talk about shapes, colors, themes, and numbers, and these are just labels, simple one-word statements. What you also need to do to make sure that your design idea is very, very clear, no one can misinterpret it, is add short notes to help explain what the design actually is. So maybe you have chosen a theme like food or a game. Why did you choose this design? What do you also like about the design, and what do you least like about it? So adding those kind of little notes. So I like this design because, or actually I don't like this design because. That really helps to explain your design ideas. And some of you have probably sat thinking, well, hold on a minute, miss. If I don't like it, maybe I don't want to write about that. That's really negative. Nope, that's perfect. In DT, as well as life, we need to look at both the good and the bad of things. And we do this to help us problem solve, to help identify areas that maybe we can improve later on in life. And some of us have started our clocks, we've started our faces, some of us may have even started our bases by now. But this is an opportunity for you to review your design idea and consider any changes if at all possible. Now I'm saying consider because it might not be possible depending how far you've gone in to your project, but you might be able to add a couple new things in, maybe start thinking about what colors you want to change, etc. But those are the short notes I'm on about. Why you've chosen the theme, what you like most about it, and what you least like about it. And then finally adding a little bit of colour. So on the screen here you can see some waggles. Again, these are all Year 8 students. We've still got the lovely sun one from the book, as well as the booklet pages, which you might recognise because this is also in your book. Look. And ideally, I would love to see a minimum of 4 design ideas. So 4 different clock designs that you could have made. And even, again, if you're sat there thinking, well, hold on a minute, I've started making mine now, so what's the point? The point is, it shows that you haven't just fixated on that one design idea. You've considered those other opportunities that have been made available to you. So although you've started making, it's absolutely fine to go backwards a little bit because this can then help us to go forwards. We go backwards to review and reflect on what we've done so that we know 100% actually, yep, what I'm doing, this is the best idea I've had. I'm really proud of it with me. But also, again, like I said earlier, it could also be you look back, you reflect and think, oh yeah, I forgot about that design. Oh yeah, I quite like that idea. I wonder if I could now incorporate that into my current design idea. Potentially. Lots and lots of opportunities available to you. So this is what I want you to do today. Draw your idea, at least 4. Label them, key features. Add short notes to explain what it is, and then add colour to your design. A lot of us, we've already drawn our ideas, like I said. A lot of us have already added colour to our ideas. Fabulous. Now we need to focus on number 2 and 3. Adding those labels in pen, please and thank you. And also adding those short notes to explain what the design actually is. And finally, but wait, hold on, miss, what if I've done all that? Because you did say some of those pages made you go, oh, holy moly, these are amazing. Yep, I did. So if you have done that and you are sat thinking, there is no more I can add to this page, perfect. In your green book, I would like you to create a final design idea or design page, sorry, with a beautifully drawn front view of your clock, which I'm expecting to have colour and hopefully outlined in some form of pen, a black fine liner or even a biro. Give it that nice, clean, crisp edge to really make your design idea pop right out of the page. And now you don't need to add all of the notes that you should have added to your other design ideas. But what I'd like you to do is label the key features, because that's really important, because they immediately tell us what we've done, as well as give us an idea of why. But underneath it, I want you to justify why this is your best design. Why is this the absolute best thing you can come up with? And you can justify this by explaining what you like the most about it, but also what you think others would like too. Because at the end of the day, I know you're probably making this for yourself or someone at home, or maybe a close friend perhaps, but you've got to think about, would the wider community like what I've done? Would other people like what I've done? Why would they like it? What makes this the best idea you've come up with? And this can be done underneath your design idea with short or full sentences that create a paragraph. That would be wonderful.